The opposition NDC is sounding the alarm over an alleged scheme to jail minority leader Dr. Ato Forson at all costs. Now, in court today, the third accused person, businessman Richard Jakpa, alleged under cross-examination that Attorney General Ofori-Atta has been reaching out to him to incriminate the minority leader, Dr. Ato Forson. Kweku Asante of our legal desk is here in the studio with details. Kweku, what exactly did Mr. Jakpa say in court, and what led to this?
Well, so Ato Forson, the minority leader, has been facing trial for quite some time now, for the last 2 years. And today, the judge himself had been making some point about getting this case concluded by the end of May. That has not materialized. She now says she wants to conclude the case now by the end of July. So today in court, Richard Jakpa was under a cross-examination by lawyers for Dr. Ato Forson. In fact, it was the NDC Director of Legal, that is, the NDC Director Legal, directing this cross-examination today, Eduji Tameklo. And the Attorney General came in and said, Richard Jakpa, who is the third accused person in this case, that is the ambulance case, and that is the businessman who is at the center of this transaction, is actually doing his case in a way that defends the minority leader, Dr. Ato Forson. This is not a comment that Mr. Jakpa took quite kindly. That is when he retorted in court that the Attorney General had been reaching out to him at very odd hours, trying to persuade him to actually make a case that will incriminate the minority leader, Dr. Ato Forson, and inure to the benefit of the state in this trial. And so that is what he said in open court today, Brace.
Now, the NDC, Kweku, has been reacting furiously to this particular development.
Well, first, right after the proceedings in court, the National Communications Officer of the NDC, Sami Jemfi, spoke to journalists at the court premises and said that this clearly showed that the Attorney General was willing to do everything that it took to jail the minority leader, even when the evidence does not suggest so.
A scandal that just happened in the case of Honorable Ato Forson versus the Republic and other accused persons. As you may be aware, our minority leader and Member of Parliament for Ejumaku Enyan Isiam, the Honorable Dr. Ato Forson, who served as Deputy Minister under the ex-Wal NDC Mahama government, is standing prosecution for his role in the procurement of some ambulances by the then government. We've always maintained, as far as this matter is concerned, that we don't believe that the Akufo-Addo MPP government is up to ensure that justice is done in this matter, and that this is a clear case of persecution and not prosecution. And we have times without number explained why we think that Honorable Ato Forson is innocent and that this whole case is needless. Now, the matter has been before the courts. Various witnesses have been called. The minority leader himself has opened his case and closed his case. Currently, the third accused is being cross-examined by lawyers for the minority leader, who is the first accused. And today, cross-examination was done by our own Director Legal, Eduji Tameklo. So we're all in court to monitor the proceedings. But we were shocked to the marrow when the third accused, under cross-examination, disclosed to the courts that the Honorable Attorney General has been reaching out to him, calling him over the phone, and that he has met with him in person, and that the Attorney General has been asking him to give false testimony to the courts and skew his testimony in such a way that corroborates the case of the Attorney General against the first accused, so that the first accused can be convicted and jailed. He said this in open courts and asked that it should be put on record. And her leadership also directed that same should be captured by the record. And so what we are talking about is something which is on record. And we as a political party are totally scandalized and disgusted by this development. We are not surprised, because we've always known that this is a stock in trade of Godfred Yeboah-Dame.
Well, Kweku, About an hour ago, the NDC National Chairman, Johnson Asiedu Nketia, put out a statement. What is contained in that statement?
Well, yes, according to the statement, the NDC said it has come to the attention that during proceedings of today in court, Thursday, 23rd May, in the matter of the trial of the leader of the NDC, Dr. Ato Forson, it has come that there are matters which form part of the record that the Attorney General has made several meetings, has had several meetings with the third accused person, Richard Jakpa, at odd hours and telephone conversations, impressing on him to skew his testimony and implicate the minority leader. These are matters which form part of the court's record of today's proceedings. The NDC is deeply scandalized that this is a clear case of persecution against the leader of the party's caucus in Parliament, who has been at the forefront of our struggle against the misrule of the oppressive and despotic Akufo-Addo NPP regime. The revelation goes to confirm the legitimate and long-held suspicion of the devious modus operandi of the Attorney General, Ofori-Atta, and the government he represents. It further shows the desperate lengths the Akufo-Addo NPP government will go to manipulate judicial proceedings to unjustly victimize persons. It says the NDC wished to serve notice that early next week, the party shall hold a full-blown press conference and put out incontrovertible evidence on this matter that will shock the nation. They say they will not stop at anything in pursuing this matter to its logical conclusion.
But in an interesting twist, the Attorney General has also put out a statement denying, knowledge of what the NDC is accusing him of. Well,
yes, the Attorney General says it has come to his attention that there are certain media commentaries by persons associated with the NDC on an allegation made by the third accused person in court today. For the record, the Attorney General is setting the record straight. That is his side of the story. He says the Republic has, throughout the trial, relied solely on the record of the impugned transaction, that is the purchase of ordinary vans purporting to be ambulances. This record existed before January when the case was commenced. The Republic has never required or desired the cooperation of any of the accused persons in the matter, which it has already succeeded in establishing a prima facie case against all the accused persons. Neither the Attorney General nor any officer from the Office of the Attorney General has approached any of the accused persons with a view of obtaining evidence from them. It is rather the third accused person who, by various letters dated 27th April 2023, 16th May 2023, and 30th May 2023, as well as 12th June 2023, proposed to the Republic through the Attorney General to engage in plea bargaining or plea negotiations. This plea bargaining proposal has to date not been accepted by the Attorney General. Even though the law on plea bargaining passed by Parliament permits a prosecutor to negotiate with an accused person after a plea proposal has been made, the AG has not engaged the third accused person to give false testimony in this matter. The statement continues that the Attorney General has also come under enormous pressure from all manner of persons for him to discontinue the prosecution of the first accused person, Ato Forson, but has not yielded. The statement continues, and in concluding, it says the Attorney General has video evidence of the first accused person, that is the minority leader Ato Forson, coming to meet him, to plead with him to discontinue the prosecution. This the Attorney General has refused to do. The Attorney General continues by saying that he has not done anything that they are accusing him of, and the Ministry of Justice considers the latest allegation leveled against the AG as part of a grand scheme by the NDC to put more pressure on him, the AG, to discontinue the prosecution or to divert attention from the real issues regarding the actions of the accused persons, which have caused enormous financial loss to the state. Ultimately, the Attorney General says he has not done anything wrong. He will continue to prosecute this case. He only views this as an attempt to pile pressure on him, undue pressure, to drop this case, Bruce.
Interesting, Kweku. I'm grateful to you. Now, Sammy Jemfi is the National Communications Officer of the NDC, and he joins us via phone now. Sammy, I'm grateful for joining us. Now, first off, the Attorney General in that statement is categorically saying that he has done nothing wrong, and that per the Plea Bargaining Act, the accused person or the prosecutor has a right to meet with the accused person. And even if there has been a meeting, that is what it was about, and not to coerce him to make a case against the first accused, Ato Forson. What do you say to that?
We are not talking about an allegation being made by the NDC. We are talking about what happened in open court today.
Yeah.
Where the third accused person under cross-examination told the court on record that the Attorney General has called him severally at odd hours, met him physically severally, and has been impressing on him to skew his testimony in a way that corroborates his case against Honorable Ato Forson for a conviction of the minority leader. He told the court that the Attorney General has been coercing him to falsify evidence and implicate Ato Forson. This happened in court. It was evidence given by a witness. It forms part of the record of proceedings for today. The Attorney General could not deny this evidence in court. So this post facto attempt by the Attorney General to obfuscate the issues by issuing this wishy-washy statement is neither here nor there. If he had any credible response to the third accused, he would have made that case in court. He couldn't, because he knows that what the third accused said is the gospel truth. Now, we are saying that even beyond what the third accused testified in open court, we have incontrovertible evidence which we will be putting out tomorrow about the underhand dealing of this honorable Attorney General and the desperate, length he goes to pervert the course of justice, just to persecute political opponents for cheap political goal scoring. And we serve notice. We told you early next week, it won't go beyond Wednesday. That press conference will be held. What the Attorney General is trying to do is trying to engage in equalization, obfuscate the issues, muddy the waters, and divert attention from the main issue that happened in court today.
But Sammy, why take the third accused person's statement in court for it and refuse to take what the AG is also explaining? That, well, I never asked him to coerce, I never coerced him to make a case against the first accused.
The AG was confronted in his face in court. Why couldn't he say that when the witness was sitting there?
I spoke to Wilberforce, who speaks for the AG. He says they put that defense in court.
In court where?
Today.
Where? Master, it's a lie. If you had reporters, they asked them, nothing like that happened. This is a post facto attempt, to defend the indefensible. And you see, even armed robbers, when they are arrested, always have a defense. Okay. They always deny their crime. So I will not be surprised if Akufo-Addo, having realized that his sins have eventually caught up with him, tries to deny the obvious.
Okay,
I will not be surprised if he says he has done no such thing. You don't expect him to come and incriminate himself and confess to the commission of the crime. No, you don't expect him to do that.
Sammy, I'm grateful to you.
At the end of the day, the evidence will settle the matter.
Okay, Sammy, I'm grateful.
Hearing him, we are daring Akufo-Addo to this esteemed medium to publish any video evidence he has of a minority leader pleading with him to drop the case against him. If he's a man, if he has the ball, if he has any modicum of integrity left in him, he should publish that video today. He should not even wait till tomorrow. He should publish it. He is a bloody liar. He has no such video evidence of the minority leader pleading with him to drop any case.
Okay,
and that is why he's only issuing empty threats.
Sammy, I'm grateful. I'm grateful that you've been able to join us here. Sammy Gyamfi is the National Communications Officer of the NDC.